So Beyonce came in town. Money could not buy you this ticket. Only a selected few people got invited. Me.
Oh, she's taking it.
I was so close to Beyonce. You can get closer than me. I got wet from Beyonce. Did you go to any of those events? No, never.
Loser!
Doing spiritual therapy? Would like you. Are you okay? No, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. What's wrong? I see. You calling me a victim, going everywhere. I gave you my shoulder to cry on before you put a knife on my back.
What's going on?
You are not a good person. Maybe you should check your soul. Maybe you should buy your own clothes, Chanel. I do.
What's up, y'all? It's Brian Keith, and I'm back with another video. And today we're going to talk about the Real Housewives of Dubai. It's weird saying that because I said that intro literally 2 years ago. Bravo, really, like I said, what's going on? But I'm so happy that the wealth has knocked on the door and is back in the building, because Dubai literally is so underrated because the girls give you everything you need: the shadiness, the wealth, opulence, everything that you would want from a housewife show. Dubai is the epitome of it. But y'all, like, comment, subscribe, let's get into the video.
Let me check my shit real quick. Hotter than the fire coming out my flaming lips. You wanna play with me? You can't play in me. On the playground, bitch, you can't play with me. Got it, want it, securing the bag.
So we see Lisa Milan and Chanel Ayan. So Chanel's meeting Lisa at paddle, right? So it's like paddle ball, but it's like, you know, as Lisa would say, it's for like the bougie girls, where they over here drink their matcha, they over here just be real cute, dress up, hit their little paddles. And you know, Chanel's like, girl, I don't work out, I don't do none of that. All I want to do is just over here look cute, and that's about it. So, you know, they basically talk about the whole VVIP.
You know, the last time we were together was at Beyonce? Yeah, we were in the VVVVIP concert. Money could not buy you this ticket. Only a
where, you know, we all seen all over social media when Beyonce surprised appearance in Dubai where she performed, and you know, all the girls was over here like, you know, I was sitting over here with Beyonce. Beyonce performed for like the Prince of Dubai. I'm not sure, but to each other. But baby, they was over here living their life. It was so cute. And then, you know, the girls over here talking about, oh, well, I was in VVIP. And they're like, well, I was over here at the stage. And the other girls like, I'm over here. Felt her sweat on me.
I was partying with Kendall. Beyonce's mom was there. You could smell her freaking conditioner. You can get closer than me. I got wet from Beyonce.
Like, shout out to Beyonce. They partying with the Kardashians. They partying with the Jenners. They partying with Tina Knowles. And I'm just like, it just goes to show that Dubai compared to the other girls. And you look at Port Talbot. When you look at Port Talbot, they're over here going on trip to Charlotte, Austin. They're over here, budget be on $20. I don't get it, but it is what it is at this point, right? Chanel basically tells Lisa, like, you know, I'm gonna have a sit down with Stanberry, and you know, we had a rocky start, but we're gonna hopefully get back on one accord.
Good. Me and Stanberry's relationship is like how Dubai was, the desert. But for me right now, I have this thing where I wanna water the desert.
And Lisa's whole thing is like, look, I'm not really cool with Stanberry. It is what it is, but let me know how it goes. I'm open to whatever happens. And, you know, it seems very much like we already know the setup for the season, that Chanel and Lisa are going to fall out. And it's basically going to be over Stanberry. And I feel like right now, it doesn't seem like Lisa's jealous or anything, so thank God for that. But it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out because, like I said, I'm not a fan of Stanberry, never have been. So that's just interesting to see how it's going to play out.
So Snake, the knows. Definitely meet up with her and then tell me everything.
So we transfer over, literally, and we see Caroline. She gives us an update that, you know, it's a year since her and Sergio got married. Sergio over here wants to have a kid and all this and the third. Mind you, I still think Sergio is undercover, but you know, to each his own, that's all alleged. But then, you know, they're talking about how they had to move out of their home because they're trying to build a new home. She's like, getting a mortgage here is like over here winning the lottery in the United States, girl.
Building a house in Dubai is very, very stressful. Getting a mortgage is like winning the lottery here.
Barely get it, girl. I'm just like, okay, cool, whatever. So they left their old home to try to build their new home, and being that it's not done yet, they still have to live somewhere. So she's living with her best friend, and they're like, we're gonna be doing tiki all over, da 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 da.
Basically, they were talking.
Stanberry, hopefully she can hopefully she can warm up to me. I doubt. We see them drive up to their new home, and they just finished packing. Well, they just finished like unpacking, and the home is gorgeous. I can't hate on her. She talks about how, you know, she's getting older and, you know, obviously she can't carry no baby. And she's like, look, I've been over here, had this surgery, I've been doing this, I had wellness checks. We already saw that her face got nicked all the way to the back. So Stanberry basically said, look, I'm on the show. I'm trying to get, you know, give real, you know, pussy. So go ahead, girl, that's cute. We're over and we see Sarah, or Sarah, child. She's over here talking about, you know, it seemed like a therapy session, like a cleansing session of her spirit.
Oh, we're gonna get into the healing. It's time to open up your heart, sister. I want you to cut, visualize yourself cutting all of those negative energies.
And she's basically like, you know, doing this mantra with this guy, and she's talking about how, you know, she wants to provide her son a, you know, family unit, and she wants to, you know, find someone, find love. Her son is 7, and she was like, he really wants another person in his life to support him, another father figure. I mean, he might have said that. I haven't seen that, and I'm just like a 7-year-old. Like when I was 7, my parents divorced. Did I need a father figure? The fucking I did not. But to which you know.
To move on and to meet the love of my life and to start a family. But I'm scared about falling in love and getting hurt with the wrong man again.
So Sarah's just like, you know, my 2 relationships were very volatile. The first one, he abused me physically, and the second one, he cheated on me. And he was like, what was the pain level of that? How did that make you feel? She's like 10, a level 10. I'm just like, okay, cool. So he goes to his mantra, and, you know, he starts drumming on the drums, just beating on the drums and beating on the drums. I'm just like, okay. And he's just like, let it out, let it out. So she starts screaming. And it gave very much like, this is intense, but like sexual intense. I'm just like, girl, she's letting it out. And he just banging it harder, he just boom, boom. I'm like, this is awkward. But I mean, if it helps, it helps. Like, hopefully she pay him to keep going, because if it helps, it helps. I'm not mad at it, but girl, whatever. So we transport over and we see Ayan and Stanberry finally meet up. And you know, Ayan always brings a present. This time it's not a goat. So she brings a, what was it, pineapple. And she was like,
You know, this pineapple represents you, Stanberry. It represents that, you know, you're prickly on the outside, but sweet and spicy on the inside.
I mean, my whole thing with, I feel like where the reunion left off to now, it seems like a big gap of time. That how did we get here from the last reunion? Because Lisa Milan and Ayan was basically saying that Stanberry was over here with Epstein.
Because I'm being in Jeffrey Epstein's notebook. You're the former escort in Miami.
Saying that Stanberry is, you know, the wicked witch of the Middle East, like all these things. So I'm kind of confused and perplexed of the time frame, because they filmed this soon after the reunion. They just airing it now. So I'm just confused on the situation. And mind you, Chanel and Lisa to this day are not cool. Lisa, she's been in interviews basically saying that she's, you know, optimistic about the future. She would love to move forward. However, she has no qualms and no rush to move forward with Chanel and Ayan. And it's going to be interesting to see how they move forward, right?
I'm thinking about us going to America. I'm like super paranoid. Like where me and Dad won't be there all the time, you know?
That's the point, huh?
Girls talk about their kids going to universities. They're like, oh, you know, we visited Harvard, Princeton, Yale, Dartmouth, all these, you know, colleges. And Chanel's like, yeah, we love Princeton. And her son wants to basically go overseas because he wants to, you know, get away from his parents, 1, and 2. I mean, going to an Ivy League doesn't hurt. So that's one thing that they both have in common, that their kids want to go to the States. And they bring up something very interesting, and it makes you think the United States might be ghetto. But she brings up that, you know, in Dubai, that her kids can go out, walk around, and feel safe. But being with her son, looks like her son, even though we know that he is not just of African descent, he is mixed race, but he shows up in the world as a black man. So it's one of those things where we already know how police brutality is, and we know how a lot of things can happen and be misconstrued, and it can really jeopardize and threaten someone's life. So it's just one of the things where she's just very apprehensive about him going over, and she doesn't have access or quick access to him if something ever arises, you know, Lord forbid. This gets brought up towards the end of the episode, but I'm gonna bring it up now. So Stanberry basically talks about Talene. So Talene is the new girl, and she basically said, like, you know, Talene was over here. She was at a party and she was falling down. I thought I saw her panties, but Sergio said that he saw her pussy, baby.
Talene is one of my closest girlfriends in Dubai. I've known her for almost a decade. We are crazy.
I'm just not her pussycat. So she's just like, yes, you know, she was just like, you know, very much this and the third. I'm just like, okay. So we segue and we see Brooks meet up with Talene. Talene is the new girl that replaced Nina. So Talene is very much, she's like, look, I was a singer back in the United States in Los Angeles. You know, I was chasing my career. And she said, when I got with my husband, I had to figure out if I'm going to have my career in music or am I going to move with him. And obviously she did the right thing, because girl, who would not want to move to Dubai living in the lap of luxury?
Dubai was rough because all I knew was my husband. I didn't have any friends here. I didn't have any family here. 9 years ago, there were a lot less Americans in Dubai.
So she moved with him, and you know, she gave up her career to basically be like, I want to say a trophy wife, but you know, to live with him, I guess. So she basically talks about, you know, the first American person that she met in Dubai was Brooks, and they hit it off. They're very much friends, and they're cool, and they have like cute banter back and forth, and they're like, Brooks is like, yeah, you know, we party, we do everything, like this is my girl. And it's funny she said that this is her girl. She have known her for such a long time, but in that trailer, when they got into it, and she said, are you trying to challenge my husband? And Brooks said, is your husband trying to challenge me? I mean, it gave up very much pointed. So I'm confused on, are we really that close or not? Because I would won't ever say that to my friend, right? So, you know, Lisa plans this whole brunch party, and she invites all the girls, and the first person to arrive was Chanel Ayan, and you know, after that, you know who shows up? Stanberry.
Oh, Opa! Oh my god, this is so pretty. I love it. My dress is ridiculous. Sorry, Caroline. What she's wearing. Oh my god.
She gets a kiss to Sergio. He drives off, and you know, they have a conversation about where they're at in their relationship, and Lisa basically talks to her, and she's like, look, I'm open to moving forward. You know, we had a very rough start, and you know, I'm open to the idea of moving forward with you.
Off on the wrong foot. Maybe I misjudged you. I mean, time will tell if it was a misjudge. That's the bit. You have to stop doing that.
So mind you, when Chanel and Stanberry was at their whole lunch that they did earlier, Chanel brought up the whole situation with Sarah. She said that she felt like Sarah basically stabbed her in the back because I opened up on this show per your request about my childhood trauma, and then you said that I'm over here trying to be a victim.
I myself in the room and crying hours.
I'm shocked someone like Sarah made such a faux pas, because that is not appropriate.
And I mean, I saw that tweet, and I just thought that personally it's kind of fucked up, because like I said, she did open up, and she did, because Sarah was like, oh, you should come with me and talk about this and that and the third, blah 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 blah. And Sarah does this because she did this with Brooke and her child, and I think Brooke's kind of misconstrued it. But however, you cannot tell people how to parent their kids, and the way that Sarah, she misworded what she was trying to say to Brooks, but without the right interpretation, it was fucked up what she said, right? So that whole first season, I feel like Sarah, she wants to preach that, you know, I'm going through a lot of stuff, and I'm using these methods to teach myself how to heal, so you should do it too. And my whole thing with Sarah is like, you're trying to fix other people while constantly trying to fix yourself. And I get it, she's trying to be a friend to the girls, but obviously the shit ain't motherfucking working, because girl, you're over here throwing shade and jabs at somebody, right? Okay. So, you know, all the other girls come in and they over here talking. You know, Brooks bring up to Stanberry. She was just like, when all the girls sit down, you know, they see Talene. Talene's looking really cute. Everybody's looking really cute. So, you know, Brooks bring up, she's like, yeah, Talene, you know, Stanberry had made a comment about you and your, you know, fell down. We saw your panties, this and third. Good thing Talene didn't really take, like, no, nothing to it. She was just like, well, you know, it is what it is.
The vajay and the way it was brought to me was you were like, I can't believe Talene behaves like this. Da, 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 da. I said that to you? Yeah.
She didn't, like, go in, thank God. However, you know, Stanberry was just looking at Brooks like, okay, like, if you have such an issue with what I said, you should have said something in that moment, but you didn't say anything. You ran it back to her, and now you try to make it a big deal. And I totally agree. I'm just looking at Brooks like, girl, I mean, that's your good girl. These two supposed to be your good girls, Stanberry and Talene. But you said something to Talene, gave her the heads up. Then you brought her to here and set up Stanberry for them to basically, you know, go head to head. It was kind of messy to me personally. So I just look at Brooks like she is always messy.
Brooks and I are super close. We speak every single day. If Brooks had any feelings towards what I was saying, why wouldn't she just tell me in the first place? We're on the phone.
It gets brought up with the whole Sarah and Ayan thing. And they start going back and forth at the table because Ayan's basically telling her, like, you stabbed me in my back because you're trying to say I'm trying to weaponize my pain. She was like, and basically the whole backstory was that, you know, she said that she was like 5 years old. She got strapped down and she was circumcised forcefully and by family members. And, you know, it's very, like, traumatic. It's something traumatic that, you know, that has happened.
In spiritual therapy? Would like... Are you okay? No, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. What's wrong?
You're shocked?
I literally opened up to you about my story. Then I see you calling me a victim.
Like, and she said that she had a lot of backlash from, you know, people within her community. So Sarah, instead of her being an ally, she went online and basically saying that, how can you be a victim and then turn around and hurt other people? I mean, people do it every day. I mean, Sarah, you just did it. Like, I'm confused where it's just like, just because somebody can go through something and then project that pain onto other people, it doesn't make it an excuse. But it's just like, you can't sit up here and try to judge her and then she's over here being open per your request and then want to throw jabs and shade at her. Like, that was crazy. So they go off to the side and, you know, they're over here trying to talk and trying to mend things.
Well, because you were hurt. Don't bleed the people that didn't cut you. Sarah, do I look like somebody who bleeds? What?
And Sarah's getting loud. They're moving with the hands, da 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 da. And Sarah was basically telling her, like, I didn't say that, you know, I didn't say that, I didn't call you a victim or try to blame your trauma. I'm just saying, like, how you're a victim, you're hurting people. Like, it didn't resolve anything.
Pretend you are not a good person. Maybe you should check your soul. Maybe you should buy your own clothes, Chanel. I do like you. I do. Borrow. I do. You're full of You're full of too.
But that was the end of the episode, and I'm excited to see what the next episode is going to be. So the show's going to start coming out on Tuesdays instead of Sundays, and I'm excited. I am ready for the girls. Dubai is definitely giving. I'm excited that rich, luxury, and opulence is back. But y'all, let me know what you guys think. The next episode, or next review I'm going to do is going to be New Jersey. Put down in the comments, let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
LG rap you. Bet you didn't know we the Holy Trinity. Now let a God stop a dollar, break your head here. Step into the room and get up in the bed. It tastes sweet, that's cause I'm good. It tastes sour cause I'm better than the hood. Cause I get you hyper when I'm running all around. Cause I excite ya. Let me talk.